I was in prison for 29 years for a crime I didn't commit. This is the jail. This is where I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5. That's what they said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5. I wasn't Leroy Harris. To them, I was 14 cell. No, not 7864. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5. Come out. That's who I was.
The plea bargaining system is really a national crisis right now. I'm just saying that we're looking at cases where somebody's been convicted. They've done 10, 20, 30 years in prison. We have DNA proof and other kinds of new evidence of innocence, and still people are being asked to plead guilty.
29 years in jail for something you didn't do, and you have the opportunity for that to change in an instant. That's a no-brainer.
Alfred pleas, it is the bane of the existence of those of us that have been working for 3 decades now in the innocence movement. It affects your ability to get employment. There are limitations on even family members that they can see. It severely affects the quality of their life on a daily basis. It's terrible. That is toxic for the health of the criminal justice system.
When I was in prison, I got my culinary arts certification. I got the National Restaurant Association Say Serve. So, you know, I'm pretty good cook. So I've been looking for different types of work, but, you know, it's been hard, you know, for a person coming out and having the disadvantage of being, you know, an ex-offender. Some employers frown upon that. So I went to the programs, the Goodwill, the Workforce Alliance, try to get some assistance, fresh start, birth certificate, social security card, you know. So I got all those things, so I'm ready now. Yeah, my pancakes came out like crepes. But that's okay. I'm gonna enjoy them. On September 18th, 1984, I was arrested and charged with 3 counts of robbery and 1 count of sexual assault. I was a young kid. I was 27 years old. I said, what are you talking about? I said, what are you talking about? It was a nightmare. The lawyer did nothing. I sat there through the whole trial and didn't say nothing. I never took the stand. It was just, the trial was one-sided. It was slanted. I never said a word in the court. I just sat there. I'm happy to be able to enjoy good food, because I haven't had good food in 29 years.
Well, I always knew he was innocent because the time when the crime was committed, we was in New York at a baby shower. But I mean, it didn't matter because they didn't call nobody in to testify. They didn't, you know, came out and investigated. They didn't do nothing. They just said, you know, it was him.
He was 26 when he left, and I was 27, and my daughter was 4. Now, he's 57, I'm 58, and our daughter's 35. And our grandkids is 8 and 15. So, it's a long time.
Childhood sweethearts.
Hmm?
I said we've been childhood sweethearts.
Yeah. We met when he was 18. I was 18, he was 17.
Well, You make it seem like you was real older than me. I mean, you only had me by a couple of months. Your birthday.
It's me in 1987. Go this way. This is me and my wife, two lovebirds. We two lovebirds, young and so in love. That's me and my daughter. She remind me and looks so much like my granddaughter, Jules. The same split image. Say something. And that was when I had told my wife, don't bring her to the jail no more.
Him coming home is like, my life is just back. Because I felt like I was just empty. I had no more life. Even though I was out here and, you know, it didn't feel right without him. Some people say, you still waiting for Leroy? You still waiting for him? How do you leave someone that you know you've been with, you have a child with, know he was innocent, but still walk away and just let him just deal with that time? How can you do that? I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Prosecutorial misconduct, it was witness tampering, it was DNA that exonerated me, that it wasn't me. Even the victim came and spoke that, you know, it's not him. And now even through all of that, DNA and everything cleared me. I proved my innocence. And I did 29 years, and now they want me to take a plea.
An Alford plea is this terribly unfortunate situation. The defendant is saying, I am innocent, I did not commit this crime, and this frequently occurs, unfortunately, in cases where somebody's been convicted. They've done 10, 20, 30 years in prison, who rather than risk going to that retrial, will take Alford pleas, saying, I'm innocent, they get time served, they can go home, they can, you know, end the nightmare that they've gone through for decades and, you know, be with family and friends and try to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives.
That's why I took it now. 29 years in jail for something you didn't do, and you have the opportunity for that to change in an instant. For that to change in an instant. No more this, no more that. And you can go back to life as you known it to be. That's a no-brainer.
In cases where innocence has been demonstrated, yet they don't want to admit the embarrassment of a wrongful conviction, whether it's to protect the reputations of police officers, prior prosecutors, judges, the system as a whole. Decisions are made to protect reputations rather than to do justice. That happens more often than any of us want to believe. I mean, a prosecutor can say, well, you know, I still don't believe that this person is innocent, but I know I can't prove it anymore. They also know that the defendant that has done, in some instances, 30 years in prison, they're quite traumatized. After all, these are individuals that were innocent in the first place, went to trial and got convicted. When the evidence comes out years later that they were wrongly convicted and they face going through a trial again is truly terrifying. What could go wrong in trial if you're innocent? Everything. Witnesses sometimes don't tell the truth. You can be a victim of unreliable forensic science. The prosecution or law enforcement are hiding evidence that would tend to show you're not guilty. The idea of going through that again is to so many people unimaginable. And so they are quite vulnerable to taking these pleas. They shouldn't put people in that position. They just shouldn't be. It affects your ability to get employment. What are you supposed to say to people? Well, I pled guilty. I was in jail for all these years. I really did prove my innocence. I said so at the time, but I still have a felony conviction here for rape, for murder, for some other really serious crime.
If you can make it, I'd like for you to come there. I'm gonna be there. It's a program called Hang Time. But we going there for the program, but we also going there to talk to him about the job that he's telling you that he had available as far as...
So what type of work is it? The janitorial work?
Yeah, it's maintenance doing all the schools. He just got the
Okay.
contract to do all the New Haven public schools.
Okay, okay.
Starting off at $17 an hour. It's just something to get you started so you get your resume
Okay.
and provide some serious income for yourself.
Okay.
I know you just came home, but you know, patience is a virtue.
Mm-hmm.
Everything happened, man. The best thing is surround yourself with your beautiful wife and your family.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't never gonna lead you astray. They got your best interests at heart.
That's right, that's right, that's right. The consequences of taking the alpha plea, I would still have a conviction. It has its barriers, you know. It makes things, you know, difficult when they see that, you know, you have a criminal history.
Alfred pleas, I absolutely hate them. It is the bane of the existence of those of us that have been working for 3 decades now in the innocence movement. It severely affects the quality of their life on a daily basis. There are limitations on even family members that they can see. It's terrible.
Hey, how you doing, baby? Give me a hug. Don't give me no...
No,
This is my niece.
Hey.
This is my sister, Maxine. Maxine Brown, come here, Maxine. This is my sister, Maxine. This is my mother right here. This is my mother, Miss Evelyn Harris. This is the matriarch of the Harris clan.
Didn't think you'd ever come out, and I was so happy to see him. Yeah.
This is an event that they have every Wednesday month.
Yeah.
They just come out here and see the community gathering together, and there's harmony, and everybody's, you know, just enjoying themselves. And I'm gonna get the opportunity to go get me some of that good food in 1 minute.
He's home, and he's not bitter, he's not angry, and he's dealing with the adjustment very well. I'm just grateful. Because sometimes they don't come out the way they went in. You know, sometimes it can be a better person or it can be a worse person, you know? So I'm grateful for that I don't have to sit and wonder if this is functioning all right, because it is.
We respect and honor those who make the decision to take the Alfred plea because in their particular situations, unfortunately, it may be rational to them and we do not judge them. We would like to believe that you don't plead guilty unless you are guilty. And if you're innocent, you should be able to go to trial. The whole right our founding fathers recognized from the very beginning, the right to a trial by jury, which is so fundamental to our democracy, is disappearing.
This is where I was released right here. This is Welly Albano Jail here. I came out these gates right here. I'm standing here where everybody doubted. The judges, the prosecutors, the correction officers, everybody thought you'll never touch the sidewalk again. Look, I'm here. In front of the same doors they let me out. I'm right here. I'm right here. Free. Where I should have been from the very beginning.